Well, hello, and welcome back to another exciting edition of Coffee with Stephen. So, this week's blog is entitled The Death of Officer Friendly. Um, Sandy and I just got back from Las Vegas, and during the time that we were there, we'll call it the incident at Mar-a-Lago took place. As you guys are all well aware, the former president's home at Mar-a-Lago was subject to a search warrant for evidently violation of the Espionage Act of all things. It definitely has the appearance of being a politically orchestrated assault on Donald Trump, specifically to prevent him from running for president again in 2024. Whether or not it's successful remains to be seen, but it seems to be kind of an on-running issue that we've got of the politicalization, or as it's been used now, the weaponization of the government against individual citizens. And at this particular point, Donald Trump is an individual citizen. And what I've seen is this massive growing distrust on the part of what could best be described as law-abiding citizens to follow the law. And the reason that I call this particular blog The Death of Officer Friendly is that we grew up with a fundamental belief system that the police were the good guys, that they were there to protect us. Now, those of us that have been involved in the legal community for a number of years understand to some degree the fallacy of that statement. But at a very primal level, law enforcement are made up of good people. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we train them. They are good people, they're patriots, and they seek to make our community safer. That being said, they're also subject to the command orders of those that are above them, and it would appear that some of those command orders may be falling afoul of the Constitution. This has certainly happened before in the past. What is interesting is that it's usually been relegated to a small subset of the population, most of whom are kind of criminals, okay? Now we're seeing it being used against what could best be described as law-abiding citizens. This creates a breach of trust. And as I've said before in previous blogs, there is only one reason why any government sort of perseveres, and that's because of either trust in the system or pure abject authoritarianism, fear of the system. We seem to be moving in that direction. Now, I say this here in the video, and it doesn't appear in the blog, but, George Will had a great line. You cannot go from driving on one side of the street to the other side of the street gradually. It's something that has to happen overnight. Otherwise, you're going to have catastrophic events take place. Well, we are gradually moving towards authoritarianism, and this is going to get messy, right? We either have to kill off the authoritarian beast, which is what I would advocate doing, or alternatively, we have to just accept our lot and fall in line. But this sort of bifurcation is causing all sorts of issues. It bears a horrible, future for our republic. Certainly, it kills off the idea of individual liberties. The Constitution becomes nothing more than sort of a philosophical construct with no validity to it whatsoever. I do encourage you to read the blog. I think it's important, and as we go into this very, very dark times that we're finding ourselves in, I think it's important that all of us keep ourselves as fully informed as possible. As always, I want you to train constantly, train consistently, train repetitively, and train with purpose. Above all else, stay safe.